Farah Hannoun for MMA Junkie, and I'm joined by UFC welterweight Daniel Rodriguez. Daniel, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. I saw on your Instagram videos some sweet setup at a garage. Is that at your place?
No, that's my strength and conditioning coach has it set up in his backyard.
Oh, okay, nice. And how's this adjustment period been like for you in terms of training? Have you had any access to gyms or anything like that? How's that affected your daily regimen?
For the most part, I've been able to still get training in at the local gyms, the smaller gyms like this. It's the big corporate gyms that are really shut down. But as far as me getting work in with my coaches and stuff like that, we have access to multiple gyms, and I've been able to get a lot of work in, and nothing's really changed for me.
Well, that's good to hear. Not too long ago, you had an incredible UFC debut as well. You fought Tim Means. Odds were kind of stacked against you in the sense it was short notice, 2 weeks notice against an established veteran, his hometown, but you passed the test with flying colors. So just tell me a little bit about that and your experience and where you were when you got the call for the fight.
I was on my way back from training. Actually, I had been like about a week into preparation for another fight on a local show, and I was on my way back from the gym, and my manager hit me up, called me, and told me that I got the call, but in about 2.5 weeks notice, um, I wasn't in a position to say no to the UFC, so we jumped at the opportunity. I didn't even know who it was until like a couple days after, but I just said yeah, whoever it was, and I found out it was Tim Means. Dude has a bunch of fights. He's gonna be in his hometown, so and I was on 2 weeks' notice, so we went in there knowing that the odds are not on our side, but went in there and I did my thing, and I've been since then I've been getting ready and staying ready. I realized that fights I could get a short notice fight at any time, and I have to be 100% ready, and that's what I've been up to this whole time.
And I'll jump into that in just a moment. But I want to go back because, of course, you were on the Contender Series. You got to win. It was the first time you go to the decision, but it was still a really good performance. Just from that time to getting the call on short notice, were you like kind of distraught a little bit? I mean, you didn't sound like it before you got the result when you did that interview, before you found out your fate. You're like, you know what, I'm going to get there. I believe I'm going to get there either way. But was it a little bit disappointing for you when you didn't get that UFC contract? Were you thinking like, what am I gonna get by my moment?
Yeah, I remember telling. I remember the feeling of like when I won. I also felt like I lost because I knew what the contender series is about. I was supposed to go in there and wow, Dana White and the matchmakers, and the dude I fought, he was like really tall, taller than tallest person I ever fought in my life. I never even remember sparring someone that tall. And he was evading a lot. He was being very evasive, and I was going for the knockout. I didn't end up getting it, but at the end of that fight, I know I won, but at the same time, I knew that I might not get that contract. So it's kind of like winning and losing at the same time, But I didn't really get too down on it because I won. I would have been down on myself if I would have lost. That'd have been a different story. But fortunately, I won, and I didn't get the contract. It sucked, but I still won. And I told myself, just because I didn't get signed that night doesn't mean that I'm not gonna make it. So me and my team and management, we decided to continue fighting, keep it going, you know, um, and fighting on the local shows, and really honestly, we wanted to take any fight in any local show, but it had to be a championship fight. So the strategy to get noticed again by the UFC was to start racking up belts in all the smaller organizations.
Nice. And you've trained at the BMF ranch before, 10th Planet. I mean, you've trained with some of the highest level guys. So I'm sure that gave you kind of a gauge of where you're at and the confidence that you were going to get there someday, right?
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I all last year, well, the past couple years, I've been surrounded by some of the, elite level athletes, and they took a liking to me. They see my hard work, and I work really, really hard. And and I'm able to hang in all aspects of the game with some of the highest level people in the UFC and in all of mixed martial arts. And it's just always been a confidence booster. I always felt like the UFC is somewhere I belong, and it was just a matter of time.
And you certainly proved it in that Tim Means fight. Where does that put you now? I mean, you beat a guy, first a very impressive performance against a guy who's always been on the cusp of the top 15. So where do you move
Yeah.
forward now? We're in a time where there's a lot of uncertainty. People are getting matchups are being put together kind of randomly. Whoever is ready. There's a travel ban for a lot of countries, so we're
Right.
seeing a lot of matches being put together randomly. So where do you stand right now? Have you told the UFC that you're ready to go, and are you willing to compete? Whether it's Fight Island, we're hearing maybe Apex Center in Las Vegas. There's Jacksonville, Florida for these events. Have you told the UFC that you're ready to go?
Yeah. That's the plan. That's been the plan. Honestly, I follow a lot of other fighters, and I feel confident that I'd be ready to fight at any moment. Um, and I feel like I'm working a lot harder than a lot of people. Unless they're doing something that they're not showing me. But I'm ready to go. My last fight I took on 2 weeks' notice. My management and my team's telling me to start getting ready. So I've been in shape. I've been getting work. It's just now I just got to start dieting and start the weight cut, and I'll be ready for whenever.
Are there any specific names, any matchups that you like at 170?
Of course, I'm aiming for big names, but I'm a newcomer. I'll do anything. I'll fight anybody to climb up the ranks, and show the world this was where I belong, But I really don't mind who it is. I don't care who it is. Just like when they told me about the making my debut, I didn't care who it was. I said yes before they even said who it was. So I'll fight anybody. That's how I've been my whole life.
And how do you see right now your UFC career playing out? Do you have kind of a vision or a certain goal in mind now that you're part of the roster?
It's just win, work hard, and go out there and have fun and win. Finish the show. Take try to take the least damage possible, and just put in hard work. And when the time comes and it's time to fight, I'll be physically and mentally prepared. And I just want to fight. To be honest with you, if I could fight as a cowboy.
You were saying if you could fight as often as Cowboy, is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah. That guy fights like all the time, so that'd be awesome if I could do that.
And what was it training at the BMF ranch? That mentality that they've got, having fun, kicking butt, and all that. Like, what was it like getting to train with Cowboy and the guys over there?
Um, Man, it was an experience. I remember watching Cowboy before I even started training to be a fighter. So to be invited on his ranch, which is like to any fighter is pretty much a fighter destination. It's like a MMA playground, and it's over there. It's eat, breathe, sleep, training, and luckily Cowboy likes to do all the fun stuff too. So outside the training, we do some pretty fun extreme stuff. But I mean, overall, being over there was a great experience. I was there about 6 months last year. Helped, I was there training with him for a few fight camps, uh, in preparation for a couple of myself, and it was a really good experience. And me and Cowboy are boys. Anytime he needs me to go back out there, I'm more than willing.
And yeah, because he's preparing for his fight with Anthony Pettis. I know probably tough for you to go out to the ranch right now with the current circumstances, but what do you think of that matchup? It's a rematch from 2013, a very long time ago, and how often Cowboys fought? That seems like 20 years ago for him. So,
Yeah,
how do you see that matchup playing out? Because I think even to this day, it's a pretty fun matchup.
yeah, it is. It is. I know Cowboy and they had kind of planned. They had kind of had this fight in mind. I remember Pettis wanted to come out to the ranch back in last year, and Cowboy was like, "Nah." He had a feeling that they were going to end up being matched up again, and sure enough, it happened. So this is something they wanted. I know that. So I think it's gonna be a great striking fight, and I know Cowboy and Pettis have kind of similar styles. You know, Cowboy has amazing kicks. I know Pettis does too. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting fight.
All right, I'm going to leave you with one last question. I appreciate your time. Ideal situation for you, if it were up to you, when can you fight and where would you, whether Fight Island, Apex Center, Vegas, like if it was up to you, where would you, when and where would you like to fight?
Uh, the Fight Island sounds awesome to me. It's like Mortal Kombat or something like that. You know, like it reminds me of like all the old Van Damme movies I grew up watching. So I think that'd be an amazing experience. I would love to do that and or experience something like that. But really, I'll fight anywhere. But if I had a place to choose, it'd definitely be Fight Island.
And you're ready to go, like as long as they give you maybe a week or 2 weeks notice in terms of your weight cut and all that, like when would you ideally be able to fight?
Um, at this point, I think I'm physically prepared to fight. I'd probably just have to start dieting down real serious if so. But I'm already getting a head start, and other than that, physically, I'm in shape. I feel like I'm ready to go within a week, 2 weeks notice. But that's the plan right now. We're staying ready. I'm running every morning, getting 2 gym sessions or two separate workouts. So I'm working out 3 times a day. Um, just in hopes of getting a call. But this I love training. I love working out. It's my lifestyle. Even if I didn't have a fight, even if I wasn't in the UFC, I'd still be working out every single day. It's just what I do.
All right, Daniel. Well, I'm really looking forward to see what's next. It was a phenomenal UFC debut, so I'm excited to see who they match you up with next. Hopefully for your sake on Fight Island or wherever it may be.
Yeah, thank you for your time.